Okay, so today we're going to be taking a deep dive in the case against Ron Logan. Here is a jailhouse confession from Ron Logan's um, inmate who he shared a cell with. Now, I typically don't believe felons, but this felon said that Ron Logan went into great detail about the crime. And the thing that really caught my attention was he said that Ron Logan told him that the murders were committed with a box cutter. And at the time, detectives did not release that information to the public. So that is a strong case against Ron Logan. And I have many more slides to go over why I think Ron Logan's guilty, but this is just one of them. Typically, you don't want to believe a felon, but because of the fact that he was so descriptive in the murder weapon, which hadn't been released at the time, and a box cutter when they didn't even know what the murder weapon was, that is very fishy and suspect. Delphi police and the FBI determined early on in the investigation that Ron Logan's alibi was a lie. Ron Logan, the owner of the property where the bodies of Abby Williams and Libby German were found in the 2017 Delphi murders, provided a false alibi to investigators. He told investigators that he initially had a friend pick him up on the afternoon of February 13, 2017, and drive him to an aquarium store in Lafayette to buy tropical fish, and he did not return home until 6:30 p.m. Logan asked a cousin to confirm the story and lied to the police about the details of the trip, including the return home. They figured out that was a lie. Ron Logan is seen here wearing the same exact clothes as the bridge guy. It's identical. I mean, this is absolutely crazy. So the original police photo of Bridge Guy that was pulled off one of the girls' cell phones was compressed to be able to fit to HD television audience. So basically when they compressed the file, it made the Bridge Guy look shorter and pudgier. But in reality, when we got the real uncompressed version, he was tall and not as stocky. So as you notice in that video, that first photo, of course, that's Richard Allen. He's short. He looks like he's 5'2" because that's the height of Richard Allen, and he's stocky. That doesn't look like Ron Logan, who's tall, but it was a compressed video to fix the pixels on it. So they doctored the video, and they did not share that. The second photo on the right shows a taller man. That is about a 9 inches of more height than Richard Allen. That is definitely Ron Logan. That is the perfect height. And if you notice in the photograph of the shorter, pudgy guy, he's actually a little bit more forward in the photo. And the second photo is a little bit further back. But you can tell how skinny photo 2 is compared to photo 1. I mean, that's insane. So even if it wasn't Ron Allen, it definitely wasn't. I'm sorry, even if it wasn't Ron Logan, it definitely wasn't Richard Allen. Richard Allen's 5'2" and pudgy. The true Bridge Guy without the unedited format of the video is somebody that's tall and not as stocky or heavy set. Bridge Guy, responsible for the 2017 Delphi murders of Abigail Williams and Liberty German. Ron Logan, who owned the property where the girls' bodies were found, was a person of interest but never was charged and died in 2020 due to COVID complications. Key points from Connie Dillon's statement. The identification from audio and video. Dillon claimed that as soon as she saw the video and heard the audio recorded on one of the victim's phones, she knew it was Ron Logan, recognizing his build, walk, and voice. So as you notice, we went through his walk, we went through his build, and his voice was "girls down the hill." The violent relationship she had. She described her past relationship with Logan as a very volatile and him as aggressive and manipulative. Past abuse. She recounted instances of physical abuse, including a time he hit her on the head with a crescent wrench, requiring her to get 7 staples. She also claimed her treated her as a sex tool and forced her to have sex. Suspicious behavior. Dillman mentioned having an intuition he was involved and that he allegedly had interest in young girls, which led to arguments between them. Police reports. She stated she had reported Logan to the police 3 or 4 times, but before the bridge guy video was released. Advocacy for Richard Allen. Her statements gained recent attention as they align with arguments made by the defense attorney for Richard Allen, the man convicted of the murders who claimed the state suppressed evidence related to Ron Logan. That is super interested. That is gigantic. We have always known Ron Logan had a thing for younger girls. And then that's right from the horse's mouth. You have Ron's girlfriend getting hit in the head, hiding from him, forcing sex, liking young girls. She knew the height, the build of the bridge guy, the way he walked, his voice. It all adds up.